computer. I have another wonderful Becoming Light case study this morning for you guys, and I'm here to introduce the beautiful Elle with all of you. And I just want to get right started right away. Why don't you share a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing hair, where you're located?
Okay. Hi, I'm Elle, and I've been doing hair for about 9 years now, and I'm located in Oklahoma City, and I'm also a color educator as well.
Oh, fabulous. Where are you a color educator again?
Schwarzkopf professional.
Yes, I used Schwarzkopf for so many years. It was fabulous. I
Yeah.
loved all of their blondes. I
Mhm.
used to do a lot of blondes back in the day, and I loved all of their toners. I was obsessed, actually.
Yes, yes, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Uh, so why don't you tell me a little bit about what intuitively motivated you to book a call and, learn more about Becoming Light and what it is that we had to offer?
So I've been a very spiritual person for a while, and what was intuitively motivating me was that, well, for one, I was wanting to kind of make changes to my career because I didn't want to just be doing the same thing like behind the chair every single day.
Mhm.
I had wanted to start mixing things up, and I really love like diving into my spirituality, so I wanted to start incorporating that into behind the chair somehow.
Mhm.
And one of my friends actually like referred me to your Instagram page. So then I started following, and I had been following it for a while actually before I ended up finally just like taking this step, and I was like, okay, you know what? I think I should really, it was about like doing something for myself and like investing in myself.
Mhm.
So that was when I kind of decided like, you know what? I've been like looking at this for so long and I need to like act on it. So
Was there like a particular why? Because I always think it's interesting, like to like somebody's like deeper why to take action. Like, did something happen, or you just had that nudge inside, and like a knowing?
yeah, I mean, it really was just a nudge. Like, I didn't have a particular reason. I was just
Mhm.
like, why am I going to sit here and just stare at it and wish that I was doing it instead of just doing it, you know?
Awesome. Well, I'd love to know a little bit about your journey and your process. Like, what were some of the things that really worked for you, especially because you came in with the intention of obviously wanting to finally say yes instead of thinking about saying yes, but
Mhm.
dive deeper into your spirituality. So,
Well, a lot of the things about the process that really worked for me was starting off like kind of rebalancing myself.
mhm,
That was one of the cool things about it, I thought, was just kind of like how it really pushed me to do energy work on myself and get myself healed up and help me heal others,
mhm.
basically. So I really, really liked that. And I like the involvement. I like all the resources that we have. The calls were really great when I could come to them. And then I really liked the convenience, of course, of it being online, and I felt like the course itself was very detailed and like easy to understand. And so when it came to the practice, like I was doing it alongside you in the videos, and that was really helpful. Um, so, and a lot of the business stuff was great too, because I kind of like changed how I do things a little bit, even though I'm not like 100% in like incorporating energy work into my books yet. I feel like I'm better like with my business strategies, like
Mhm.
redoing my pricing and stuff has really helped um create more of like a serious clientele for me, and it's also helped me make a little bit more money as well and actually get paid for my time, because I was really like struggling before where I would do these long services and do all these extra things, but then
Yeah.
I would get like guilty and not charge for it all and
Yeah, I remember that
stuff
coming
like
up. I
that.
remember that coming up in our discovery call because, of course, you're a Schwarzkopf educator. So, of course, you call in people who need color corrections, longer color projects. You have
Yeah.
cool hair. So, of course, people are going to be drawn to that and want that. And I remember us talking about that in the discovery call about the emotional discounting. And I'm,
Hmm.
I'm glad that you're actually talking about it because I remember one of our like earlier deep dive conversations when you signed on because you signed on in November, like right
Hmm.
around the holiday hubbub, right? Like all of the
Yeah.
feelings of the holidays. You were like, I'm in. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
and and we talked a lot about business and we talked a lot about money. And I'm glad that you're sharing about it because I think that's sometimes one of the maybe like unexpected or like side benefits or intangible benefits when it comes to money. So I'd love for you to elaborate if you're comfortable about, how did this help you with just like money overall?
Um, I mean, overall, I'm getting paid for my time now, for
Mhm,
one. Instead of having to like remember to itemize everything out, it's taken a lot of mental work away from me.
mhm,
Uh, and it has increased my numbers. So before, like, if I was doing a 4-hour service on somebody, I was only charging them like $200. But now I'm making almost double that.
mhm.
So in
Yeah,
4 hours. So that's been really helpful. And it has increased my numbers. Now I haven't seen, since we're not finished with March yet, I don't know the exact percentage.
sure.
But I have noticed already that like the previous 3 months before I started this, I was making about 10K overall, but
Mhm.
so far I'm at 16. So it's a pretty good improvement so far. I mean, of course, it's still growing and still improving and stuff, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
but I mean, if it was 10 and then now it's 16, that's like a 60% increase.
yeah.
So
And it's
that's
still going, it's
substantial.
still
It's
ongoing.
like
So
that's
it's pretty good.
substantial. So like that's going to snowball. And so then and then when you do the math and like say that it's an additional $6,000 over 12 months, like whatever, especially because you say like it's still going,
Hmm.
that's an additional over $60,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how does that feel?
Well, that feels good.
You're so chill. Like you're chill in our discovery call too. You're like, yeah, yeah, I'd like to do this. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it feels pretty good for
Yeah.
sure. It's definitely encouraging, I would
Yeah.
say.
Um, and I know that you had talked just about like money in general when it comes to like the rest of your life. Like how did things work for you or what about the process like helped you with that?
Well, really, all of it was just kind of like motivating more than anything. So there was a lot of motivation to like get things done, get
Mhm.
things together, start addressing different debts and things like that instead of like being avoidant, because that was like a
Yeah.
big deal for me. So now I have like a routine where I'm checking my finances every day and I'm making sure I'm moving my money around to the proper places. I've got different savings accounts opened up for the different debts that I need to save for
Yeah.
type of thing. So, um, yeah, I'm making a lot more money, but it kind of feels like I don't because I'm putting a lot more away as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, but I think that that's also good news, right? Because it's all choices. Because one of the things that I stress is like debt isn't good, it's not bad, it's
Yeah.
neutral. It's really the stories that we create around it. And every single company goes into debt when like they're just starting out. And so it's more about the stories that we attach to it. And also, obviously, looking at it, being aware of it, making
Hmm.
conscious choices to work towards getting rid of the debt as opposed to avoiding it. And so
Hmm.
it is a pipeline to actual like financial freedom, like when we start to look at it in that way.
Yeah.
Again, like paying off debt should be a stretch, not a snap. So
Right.
learning how to look at the numbers from a space of neutral and figure out, okay, like what do I need to hold and then what do I need to flow to like XYZ avenues,
Hmm.
um, will obviously get you to the freedom much faster than before of just like squirreling everything away in the checking account and avoiding the other spaces where money needs to flow.
Exactly. Yeah. It's helped get rid of that stagnant energy there when it comes to money.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I know that you're educating a lot and you've done classes and you said that, you do a lot of classes on Mondays, which is why I wasn't always able to see you in the live calls, but I'd love to hear, how has this impacted your clients and, how has this impacted like even like how maybe like you educate or like life as, big picture.
So whenever it comes to my clients, it was actually surprising because I didn't think that a lot of them would be interested in any of this, but most of them were, like majority of them were. So like
Hmm.
I didn't even really lose. clients over this, which was something that I was afraid of in the first place, was that people
Hmm.
were gonna stop coming to me because I was getting all weird on them or whatever, or
Yeah.
woo-woo, you know?
Yeah. Brains want to
But
invent problems.
yeah, right. But they really actually were very supportive of it. They were very excited about it. And the ones that I have been like practicing on and giving them sessions for, they really like it. And um one of them, there was even like a visible like improvement. Like they physically looked better
Hmm.
over time, over like the course of the few weeks that we were doing it. Like they had more of a glow to them. They started making like more, I don't know, they kind of, I felt like my taking action kind of trickled off into them. So now like
Hmm.
they're taking action in their lives and they're
Hmm.
working to, reach their goals instead of being afraid of it. So um
Isn't that fascinating how that happens? I remember
yeah,
feeling
yeah,
so fascinated when I first got into this work at 10 years ago, and I would notice the mirror, right? Like my clients
yes,
mirroring some of the things that I was doing. I was like, this is crazy. So that's cool
right.
that you got that. You got that benefit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, yes, so how it impacted clients. What was the other question again? I'm sorry.
Life as a whole.
Life as a whole, okay. Um, Life as a whole, I do feel like, I mean, really just practicing practicing on other people and then also doing like the little exercises that we do for ourselves, like
Hmm.
in the morning and at night, have also helped kind of like rebalance everything, which is cool. And I feel like just kind of open things up more. Everything is just everything's flowing right now. That's what I'm feeling overall for it. Like it's kind of been like a push start type of deal. So all of my chakras are flowing. That's how I feel.
That's awesome. Well, what does the future look like? Like, how are you going to spend 2024 since we got together at the end of 23? Is it like, doing more classes? Is it working on your clients more and sharing more of the healing services? Like, what have you come up with so far?
So definitely working towards sharing more of the healing services,
Hmm.
for sure. Because I've been a little slow to do that because it feels very like intimate doing this. So
Hmm.
like I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine like doing this for the general population, and like being in all of these different energy fields type of things. So
Hmm.
that's one factor that can be a little bit overwhelming for me, but I definitely want to like focus on trying to get that going a little bit more than I
Hmm.
do now. Because I have people interested and I have like a couple of people, a handful of people that I've been doing it on, but I want to start like expanding it more and
Cool.
get more sessions in and make it more of a regular thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
How about your classes?
classes, well, I so far of 2024, it's been extremely busy with that, which is
Yeah.
really awesome. So definitely want to continue that, but it's also been really fun doing my classes because I feel like it's also helped with the stress of that. Because
Yeah.
usually when it comes to like having a class coming up, I get really in my head and I'm like, oh my God, I have this class coming up and I have to figure out all of these plans for it and I'm super stressed and I have to teach all these hairdressers who've been doing hair for longer than me how to do hair basically.
Exactly.
And it was very stressful and intense and I feel like now I don't feel that anymore. Like now I'm just kind of like, yeah, I got a class coming up, like whatever. Like it's whatever. I do this all the time. We're good, like
Hmm.
they're going to learn something from it. And I even actually do the chakra opener
Hmm.
in the mornings before my classes, and that actually really helps me be able to kind of like project and like communicate fully with everybody and
Yeah.
stuff like that too. So I've been kind of incorporating that into like my daily routine, daily life, and that's been really cool. Yeah.
That's
It's
awesome.
definitely helped improve that for sure. I'm really glad that I'm just like not stressed out about it anymore, really.
Oh yeah, especially if you have a roster of classes and like you can see that on a quarterly basis and like that it's just gonna happen. So being able to mitigate that stress and be able to show up really is your more authentic self. I mean,
hmm
super, super valuable.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you invest in becoming light again?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, for sure. it was really helpful, and yeah, I would definitely do it again.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you've been thinking about it for a while and then you finally like said, okay, I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
I was just
Hmm.
curious. Any advice that you have for somebody who is thinking about it and maybe is like you, like maybe they've been thinking about it, but they, just haven't done it.
Well, one thing is I feel like joining during the holidays was kind of weird because there was a lot of like time that I was not able to like commit to it. So just really making sure that you are ready and like ready to spend the time, like just spend the time to do it because I mean it's worth it, when you're doing this and you actually put in the work and you're spending your time
Yeah.
on it, it really helps make an improvement on things and can probably get it done faster if you have more time to dedicate to it. So just make sure that you're ready to fully commit that time every
Yeah.
day and be
Yeah.
able to make it to the calls and stuff.
Yeah. If anybody wants to follow you or learn more about you, how can they find you?
So I'm on Instagram as Hair Artistry by Elle. And yeah, that's about it.
Amazing. Well,
That's where I'm at.
thank you for coming online and sharing your story. Maybe you'll get some fellow colorists who want to learn from you. You never know.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.